everybody. Welcome back to the show. Starting 11, week 3 of the Premiership. I'm Snark. You can see that I am not Adelia. Adelia not here this week. Official company line. So she hasn't been feeling too well. Actuality, there's a very good chance she's in county prison. Again, turns out she ends up there quite a bit. Who knew? Who knew? Good news is, since there's only one of us, the show will probably only be half as long, but also there's a good chance of being twice as dumb as it usually is. And also, I'm by myself, so no one can tell me to shut up. It could get bad, but I'll try and be on my best behavior. All right? Okay, let's take a look. Review. A topsy friggin' turvy goddamn weekend in the English Premier League. I'm so glad I do not sports bet. I would have lost my friggin' shirt. Actually, but I did okay. Like in the when it comes down to predicting wins and losses, I didn't do too badly. It's just some of these ones never saw coming. Never in a million miles. Right. We can start with the frigging Tottenham Hot Spuds. Did I say Spuds? The Hot Spuds? The Hot Spurs, whatever that is, taking on Wolverhampton. It was what it was. Harry, I guess the main news to come from this is Harry Kane becoming the all-time leader in Premier League goals scored by a man with one club, which is great. Great for him. It also proves that Harry Kane has never, ever, once, ever, never won anything of merit. Okay. Tottenham Hotspur, not known for their trophy collection. Let's go next. Crystal Palace and Villa. Villa, comes out of the gate on fire. Scored 5 minutes in. Aston Villa turning the page, guys. Turning the page. All that negative stuff, leave it behind. And Aston Villa is gonna go through with an easy win. Oh wait, no, they're not. They lose 3-1. Man, we were talking about last week, and a very confusing player for me. It always has been, anyways. Is Wilfred Zaha. Zaha was a big brace this week. So if anybody wants one of their strikers to come through with a big week, just have me bitch about them on the show, and they'll turn out a hell of a performance. Actually, I think it's Zaha's second goal came after he had his penalty stopped. So again, it's like, well, yeah, a confusing player, but effective. I believe that's his third goal this year. He's doing well. What came next? Everton and Forest. It was, it's everything you'd expect out of a match between Everton and Nottingham Forest in the third week of the Premier League. It was pretty boring. That is, until the 80th minute, when Nottingham scores or whatever. It's like, well, okay, this is from the run of play. Sure, Nottingham Forest is going to take a point, but Everton gets a goal back, 88th minute, at near the death. Speaking of near the death, possibly saving the managerial life of my beloved super Frankie Lampard. It's a point he desperately needed. To more the fact he desperately needed 3 points. He needs to get a win. He's had, they're not going to come much softer in the too distant future for him. A tough spot, like, and Everton, a club that's going to be always looked on as the other Liverpool team, the Merseyside squad. Maybe that can buy him a couple weeks, but those guys need wins. They need them fast, and I don't see where they're going to get it from. Tough road ahead for one, number 8, but number 1 in my heart, Frank Lampard. Fulham, Brentford up next. In the Battle of West London clubs, I'll be talking about another West London club in a little while here. As for this one, Brentford, the Bees, as a West London club, adorable. They've been around forever, but, they're just adorable. I friggin' hate Fulham. I hate them. I hate Craven's College. I hate the Cottagers. Can't stand it. But this was a hell of a match. Get started in about the 20th minute or whatever. Fulham gets a goal. They get a second goal before the half. But then the Bees managed to sneak 1-0. And then they score again in the second half. And then here comes Fulham, gets another goal, and then in the 71st minute, but Mitrovic, like, goddamn, what is with this guy? He is the pride of Serbia, that's for sure. An unbelievable start to his campaign, those goals against Liverpool, and then the winner in the 90th minute to take 3 points from their West London rivals. Again, Mitrovic, if pat on the back if you had him near the top of the table. For goals, there's another guy that's actually on top of the table. I'll be talking about him later because he played that West London club. And guys, it was not cool. Not cool for me. Speaking of uncool, poor Leicester. The Cinderella team of the past decade. 2015, this was a squad that was supposed to be relegated. And lo and behold, they go and they win the whole league. It's a big deal. I'm shocked to death they haven't made a movie about it yet. I think they can probably get Kevin Hart to play N'Golo Kante, and he would be terrific in the role. But as it is for this, you can't drop 2-1 matches to Southampton. Okay, so with the transfer window coming to a close next week, they had to keep their starting right cornerback, Wesley Fofana, probably the best player on their team, even though sometimes he makes some odd decisions. Is the guy turns out I may have to learn to love very quickly, but they had to sit him out, and the Saints just came in and just took control of the game. Leicester hasn't made a single move. The transfer window has been going all summer. They have not made one move. They got 9 days left. 9. Now they're holding Chelsea hostage for this Fofana kick. I'm going to get into it, but it turns out Chelsea may need some players. Fucking terrible on Sunday. So they're hoping to get Fofana. They need a right center back. It's desperate. $80 million. What are you dragging your feet for? Like a club like Leicester, how much good will $80 million do you? How many players can you get for that? It would change your season. It's the difference between being relegated and staying in the best soccer league in the world and all the money that comes with it. $80 million, and you guys are dragging your heels for this kid. One player is not going to make the difference for Leicester. They are terrible. He is your best player, sure, but you have nobody else to support him. No one. Jamie Vardy? Come on. Guys, quit dragging your heels. Take Chelsea's money. We want to give you the money. Have the money. Take it. For goodness sakes. Anyways, we'll see what happens by the end of next week. Leicester in a terrible spot. Like 3 weeks in. Like, are these guys getting relegated already? Like, is Leicester an afterthought on this season? Probably, yeah, we are. Next, some other club. There was another London club in action, and this one, these guys seem to be, they're pretty good. Now, they were playing AFC Bournemouth, which is, the stellar AFC Bournemouth. Now, I know what you're thinking. You go to Bournemouth, you're going to be terrified, very intimidating. It should be a close, tight game. But it wasn't. 3-0 to Arsenal. The class of the league. They're doing it with so many different guys too. Like this time it's the captain Odegaard's turn. Couple fast goals. I think in the 5th and the 11th minute or whatever, and it was over. Bournemouth never had a chance. Like Arsenal never worried. I think Bournemouth may have gotten a shot on that in the second half at some point. They may have had 1 minute for pressure. There was nothing to it. Saliba, okay, here's one thing I'll say. The Arsenal traveling fans travel well. Far louder than any home fan at Bournemouth. Now, Saliba had a really good game as well, and the traveling fans started up that Saliba chant. One of my favorite things I watched this weekend. It was in my head. Actually drove me nuts for a little while, but yes, fun. And he rewards them with a goal too. So great. Well done, Saliba. Well done, Arsenal. You're getting goals from everybody, and you guys have not been challenged yet this year. You haven't, maybe not the stiffest of oppositions yet. Maybe we can't all play Leeds United. Oh my God! More on that in a minute, because we're gonna go to the Sunday games now. Now, this is one that kicked off same time. It's the Chelsea Leeds United club game. The Hammers playing host to Brighton, playing gracious host because they did not offer a fight at all. This was Brighton and Hove from whistle to whistle. No real problems for them. Penalty awarded to them in the first half. I had to go to VAR. It was close. It looked like the foul did occur in the box. It's Anthony Taylor who was refereeing this game, so I will never ever take his word for it. The man is garbage, but it looked legit. It looked legit, and it was easily put away. Then one of the I don't even know how to spell this guy's or pronounce this guy's name. This guy Groff scores in the 66th minute to put it away. But it's like GRO, and then the weirdest looking B I've ever seen in my life. I have no idea if it's Lyric. I have no idea. Odd. I just wanted to mention that name. So I think it's Groff or Groff. No idea. No idea how to pronounce it. I don't think anybody does. He probably doesn't. It's made up. He just made up a symbol, like Prince. Now we're coming to something I've called the shit show at Ellen Road, good old Yorkshire and Leeds United. Yep, Chelsea's in trouble. This can't be denied. Um, the win over Everton on a Jorginho penalty kick. and I'm talking Everton and how friggin' awful they are. And we pulled one out of the fire with that. What we did, we played terrific against Tottenham. They were terrific against Tottenham and had 2 points taken from them. Uh, is it a hangover from that game? Is it too many people worrying about the result from last week and don't consider playing like giving their best effort against Leeds United? Leeds United now near the top of the table, like I said. I believe they're in fourth. A bizarre start to this goddamn season. I think it's, two names that you'd be familiar with up there. There's Arsenal, there's Man City, then like Leeds, Brighton, and Hove Albion. Come on, what's going on here? Bananas, bananas. There's a couple of teams much further down the table that are even more shocking, and we will get to that very soon. I have a couple of things I have to say about that goddamn afternoon in Yorkshire. Oh. I've some notes about every single Chelsea starter on Sunday. First, Raheem Sterling hit the net. Hit the net. Stop going offside. This isn't new, guys. Like, I've never seen it. I think in the first half alone, Chelsea had 16 offsides. How does that happen? It's just, it's mental. It's just not paying attention. It's all in your heads, guys. Pay attention. It's still just football. You guys are very talented. Most of you. Maybe not all of you. Maybe there's a couple of you. I'm shocked that they're starters. Shocked that they're starters. Raheem Sterling, I'm not. Uh, he has a goal go in. Of course, offside. He had another good chance in tight in the first minute. Couldn't score. He needs to get shots on net. Too many wasted chances for Raheem Sterling. And speaking of chances, like Kai Havertz, come on. What are you doing? You are paid well. You have a one job. Produce. The game on Sunday was a fucking abomination. You should be donating your goddamn salary to charity. Like, you should be pedaling the bus back. Do something. That was awful. One of the worst performances I've seen from a striker. Not just for Chelsea, of course, for Chelsea, probably the worst performance of it. You did nothing. You won no battles. You didn't hustle. You created no chances. You couldn't pass. You couldn't do a fucking thing. Kai Havertz, why are you on this squad? Why are you starting? Timo Werner can't get a spot because of Kai Havertz. Everyone needs to have Kai Havertz. He's done nothing. He is not producing anything. He is taking up space. God damn, like, he makes me long for someone even like Ronaldo. I'll take Ronaldo over this guy. I'll take 38-year-old Ronaldo over this guy. Ronaldo can only play, it seems, about 7 minutes a game. But we'll talk about that in a bit. Kai Havertz. Oh my God. Mason Mount. Spectator. I just don't know if is it because he's not playing in his natural position. I would imagine so. He's just out of sorts. It looks like he doesn't know when to press the attack and when to go back in the midfield. The midfield's terrible. Now we got injuries, sure, and goddamn, it looks like they're missing N'Golo Kante right now. But these guys are professionals. Just play. Probably has a lot to do with systems. This is a club that's 2 years removed from winning the Champions League. And Where's the passion in these guys? Where's the heart? You showed it for 90 minutes against Tottenham. Unfortunately, it was a 96-minute game. But you still, it's there, guys. It's there. And yes, hats off to Leeds United. They play such a pressing, attacking brand of football. Like the ball was on your feet, and there was a guy in your face. You had no room. But with that being said, with people coming at you and stuff like that, that's opening up spots. You guys have to get to the spots. There's a way around playing that football, but you know, and if you guys hadn't figured out in the first half, like, what are you guys even doing? Like, you know what's coming. You guys knew what was coming in the second half. It's the exact same thing. So it was working so well. Unbelievable. Uh, Connor Gallagher making his first start. Kid has been with the Chelsea system since I believe he was 6 years old. Spent an entire year out on loan. Made his first caps for the England national team. His first start, gets the chance to go in with Conte being hurt, and he fucking looked awful. He was awful. It's like he had no idea where to go on the pitch. Uh, what you saw there is not Chelsea level football being played, and a kid who grew up in that system should know the way to play Chelsea football, and it just wasn't there. There's speed to burn with this kid, speed to burn, but how much smarts? Gotta get smarter. Poor decisions. Speaking of poor decisions, Jorginho, like, if he's not taking a penalty kick, he's not doing anything. That's all he can do. I don't get it. World Cup, or sorry, the Euro, he looks fantastic, leading Italy to win. Fantastic. And we get nothing. We've had nothing from him all year. Of course, our only goal scored by a midfielder up, Jorginho, from the spot against Everton, because that's all he seems to be able to do. And they give him the captain's armband. They give him the captain's armband. Because Azpilicueta isn't going to be playing in that 3 that they have set up, which is really a 5, which is a bunch of people playing out of position. And I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get it. A guy I was really impressed with last week against Tottenham, Mark Cucurella. Of course, I do love the name. It's a fantastic name to say. The head of hair, breathtaking. But Mark Cucurella was again terrible, and such a good game against Tottenham. The way he was be able to bend those kicks out from the corners, just his vision defensively, how he was on guys so tight, and then absolutely nothing and blows. Is he a man who's afraid of the net? Is he afraid of it? He had all the room in the world in front of goal, and just, well, I don't know if it hits the side of his foot and goes wide, like 10 feet wide of the net, like not close. He had all day to score. It's just, I don't know if panic sets in. Are these guys playing panic football? Is that Chelsea football? What? What are you guys doing? He isn't the only one. Sterling's done this year. Havertz. And, Mark Cucurella, why would you shouldn't expect your backs to be the one pressing play. They have been. They're the ones that have been pressing play. Because the forwards can't do anything. Midfielders are getting lost. I don't want to give too much shit to the back line because they're the only ones who've had to do something. But defensively, they're fucking shitting set pieces, and they shouldn't be forced to doing all the work on offense. It's bananas. Speaking of bananas, James Reese. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to give him too much shit. I won't give James Reese too much shit. He's playing out of position. He's not a cornerback. He's just a wingback. They, he's a, he should be attacking. He shouldn't have to be running back all the time. He's running too much. He's a heart and soul kid. Why is this kid not the captain? If you have to give the armband to somebody, good as someone who's fucking putting in effort. Not a great game. Not a great game from him, guys. But still, I'll take a bad game from Reese James over a good game from Jorginho. Oh my God. Kulabella. I found out that Kulabella has the most red cards in Europe over the last year. He's at 6. I saw why. Yes, on Sunday. Of course, scored that scorcher against Tottenham to open his Chelsea account. Incredible ball lofting out, caught it on the fly out. It never touches the ground and direct in the net. Fantastical. Here's the deal. I guess he's not very fast. He gets himself out of position and he holds on for dear life when these people ultimately just run by him like a fucking pylon. He gets it done twice against Leeds, twice. So 2 yellow cards, and they're on. I will, you know. Turns out, guys, I question referees quite a bit. I ain't questioning that. I actually had no problems with anything the referee was doing. Chelsea just played bad. They were slow, grabbing people, poor fouls. I think Leeds got away with maybe a couple, but it's nothing that would have changed the pace of the game at all. Nothing. Thiago Silva. He's fine. He was good. But he's a 38-year-old man. He was the best player on the pitch for us. What? For years, we never even had a contract with anyone over 30. We wouldn't do it. Never sign him. I think he's the first guy we signed in the former regime's tenure over 30. And that was, what, 2 years ago we signed him? It's great for us. But he's 38 years old. Our best defender's 38 years old. Not good. Not good. And then the worst player on the pitch, Mendy. When your goalie's your worst player, it's not great. He just seemed uncomfortable with the ball at his feet. The unfortunate thing is he has to clear the ball. If it's passed back to him, he can't pick it up, so you have to kick it. You have to make up your mind quickly. This is a professional league you're in, and you've seen how Leeds attacks. They're coming at you. They're not going to give you space. Just get rid of the ball. There's going to be an open spot. Just get rid of the ball. There's going to be a spot. Get rid of the ball. I haven't seen a goaltender make a blunder like that in the top flight of English football. I don't think ever. You'll see it in like blooper reels, like the bloopers of the month and stuff like that. They'll make the sounds and stuff like that. It's like, look what this dum did. It's like, oh, that guy plays for one of the biggest clubs in the world. Oh, great. Mendy was terrible. He was terrible. These weird dummy plays and stuff like that, like controlling the ball with his feet. What are you like? What's he trying to do? He made it work once, where he was able to fake out a guy and get some extra space. It was on your goal line. You were doing this. It was on your goal line. What are you doing? Just if you're confused, kick it out. That's a fine play. Let him throw. Get your defense back. There was also no one else around you. What were you doing? Drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. Now, the coaches aren't free of this. Tuchel playing guys out of position is bonkers. It's bonkers. And does he know how to coach an offensive team anymore? There was no pressure. There's none. We're offering nothing. We're, everything they want to do, I guess, is coming off the counterattack. I don't get it. There's no pressure. We weren't making anybody work. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Anyways, we get Leicester next week. So there's a positive. Now, playing Leicester next week, is that going to mask Chelsea's problems? Or are they going to be able to work some stuff out? Will they have some new guys in? Probably. Uh, you know, like I said, Leeds play terrific brand of football. Leicester is not. If Chelsea loses to Leicester, there's a very, very big problem because we're signing guys that Tuchel wants to 6-year contracts now. Six. Unfrigging believable. Yeah, it's hard. But one good thing that came up after this, like I was spitting nails, angry, just angry. Then the next match started, Newcastle, Man City, and I had no, you know, real interest in watching it. I was gonna watch it, I'd watch it, guys, for you. So I watched the game and blown away again. This is why you watch the English Premier League games like this, where a club that seemingly is nothing in Newcastle, the Magpies, taking on the Giants of the Premier League in City, and fucking handing it to them for almost an hour. 3-1. They were up 3-1 after 54 minutes or something like that. So many chances, playing such good football. And I don't know if it's just that they got that 3-1 lead and then they decide to sit back on it and just stop pressing the attack and have more guys falling into the box and stuff, or if it's just that Manchester City is just that frigging good and they just had enough and just went for it. And what are you going to do? It's the guy like Holland, so big, so powerful, so accurate. Ball comes off his foot so fast. You can put it anywhere. He brings it to 3-2, and then they tie it up. And then it's all over after that. It ends at 3-3 tie. But Man City, like, legitimately owned the last half hour of the match. Just chance after chance after chance, and beat down Newcastle. But to their credit, they stood firm. They took a point away from Manchester City, and it's a shocker of a point. But well deserved. Like, if they could duplicate that first hour of football they played, Newcastle's a team to be reckoned with. They just played terrific. They were terrific to watch. Fast. Passing, so accurate. Well defended. It's just Manchester City. Turns out Manchester City's a pretty good goddamn football club. As much as that makes my stomach turn. Speaking of turning my stomach, two of my favorites played this afternoon. Manchester United and Liverpool. The most overrated club in the world, Liverpool. Now, I'm not a Manchester United fan. I believe I've may have mentioned this on the show. I don't know. I've been trying to keep it, sort of quiet. Then, not a huge fan of Manchester United. But you know what? I got to give them props. What they did today was smart. They didn't play any old people. They just played their kids. Turns out their kids can win. You give their kids time and space, they can win. Liverpool helped them out considerably. again, they look fantastic on attack, and just when it comes to finishing, it just seems to fall apart between not obviously not Salah. Mo Salah is fantastic, fantastic finisher. It breaks my frigging cold dark heart to this day that we let him go out of the bridge. Drives me freaking nuts. The exact kind of player we need. The exact kind of player we need. Just let him go. And all he does, I think he's the. I think he just passed Gerard for second most goals in Liverpool club history. Bananas, bananas. But it didn't help him today. Uh, two a 2-1 win for Manchester. Guys like Harry Maguire on the bench, their captain. Guy again linked to Chelsea. I'd like to take this time to beg and plead the higher ups at Chelsea Football Club. Do not fucking consider getting Harry Maguire. We don't need old pylons. As much as I see Fofana's game and I don't trust it, I will take it a million times over Harry Maguire. I give him an extra 20 million. Give him 100 million. As long as it's not Harry Maguire. Cristiano Ronaldo comes on as a sub in the 83rd minute. And I think that's just to say hello to the crowd. He had one touch of the ball, sent it 20 feet over the net. Ronaldo, go play in America. I don't get it. Like, I get it. Well, I do get it. I know he's a prideful man, and he wants to be the Champions League all-time scorer. Buddy, you stay up, and it's got to be the reason why he doesn't want to be at Manchester. They're not going to play in Champions League. They're not playing this year. They're not going to play next year. Where's he get? He's got to go somewhere. You can go play in Arsenal, but that's not going to happen either. His best chance is going to France. It just doesn't. It makes no sense why he's on that club. It's a type of football he can't play anywhere. The type of football they played today was fast attacking, much like Leeds. They're on balls fast. They were defending really well. They got space through passing, and they moved the ball well. And this is something that Cristiano Ronaldo, for all the accolades he's won and stuff like that, it's just not that. He's just not that type of player. Now, what can be done with Liverpool, who just seem to leak goals? They can score, but they can't seem to they just can't seem to keep them out. And then there was some I saw after the first goal, it's a little bit of infighting there. I think some people just don't want to lay out their bodies, but they don't want to put it on the line. It shows in the first three matches. They're not getting results because it looks like they don't give a shit. And as a fan of Chelsea football, I know that look. Hasn't been great. Here's the deal. It's the third week. There are 36 matches left to go, guys. There's also the World Cup for a break here. There's plenty of time for all these clubs that are struggling to get it together. Goddamn, Chelsea needs a lot of work. Transfer window comes to a close on the 31st. I believe that is next Wednesday. So we'll see how it happens. No, there's a lot of rumors circling Chelsea. I think we'll leave any kind of talk about potential transfers, stuff like that, for the next episode, just before the window closes. We can probably follow it up after that just to see where people ended up, if there was any highlight kind of moves made. Take a look at the window and just see which which players we think made great choices in getting to different clubs, and what clubs made great choices, and which ones made poor choices. I can think of one. Hopefully, doesn't make any more poor choices. Not Harry fucking Maguire, guys. We last week. Well, I took Adelia out to the old woodshed when it came to the predictions. 7 points to 2 for me. I got a draw right. We got the same draw right. How did we manage that? But she also got a draw wrong. So it took away a couple of points. Yeah, it really wasn't that close this time. So 2 weeks for me. Congratulations to me. Now, when Adelia called me from prison, uh, when Adelia, I was speaking to Adelia earlier from her hospital bed. I think I already let the cat out of the bag. She gave me her predictions for this coming week. I think I'll do mine now. Have a look see. Have a look see. Southampton, Man U. Southampton, Manchester United. Well, based on today's game, I really like the way Manchester played. I thought they played really well. Can they duplicate it? And can Southampton get a lucky break again? Oh, this is a tough one. Yeah, it's not like they're playing Leicester. I'm gonna go. Delia's chosen Manchester United for the win. I believe. I don't know if we've actually chosen them to win this year. Might be a first thing. God damn. Do I want to go for a draw already? Do I think Southampton has it in them? I don't. I think the way they looked, I'm gonna choose Manchester for the win as well. Brentford, Everton, the Bees versus our friends from the Merseyside. Adelia has chosen Brentford to win. Listen, Brentford can score. They can score. They do have that same kind of Liverpoolish problem where they just leak goals. And Everton needs to get together. This might be Frankie's last chance. He needs a win. He needs a win. So I'm gonna back my boy. I'm going Everton for the win. God, it would have been a good. It would have been a good one to get a draw on. No, I'm gonna stick with it. Come on, Frankie, you got it. You can get a win. You can beat the Bees. Now, it might be a marquee match for next week. Brighton and Hove Albion against Leeds United, who in a million years would think, oh, this could be a marquee matchup for the week. Bananas. But it's definitely a match I'm going to watch. I'm going to call this the match of the week. If you have an opportunity to watch football Saturday morning, I would suggest watching Brighton and Leeds. Now, Adelia has a draw. I'm going to take Leeds. It's really impressed me the way they played. Lead for the win, guys. And also, if they lose or whatever, I'm not going to be too sad about it. It's a win-win. Chelsea, Leicester. Chelsea has to get off the schneid. They got to get forwards going. Leicester is the team to do it against because they have shown nothing. They have shown zilch. Also, if they want to leave Fofana on their way out of town, they can. We'll set him up for a place. He's fine. He'll be safe. Chelsea with the win. And that's also what Adelia picked. Good on Adelia. All right. Liverpool, Bournemouth. Is this the week? Guys, is this the week? Liverpool at Anfield. Playing Bournemouth. It's the week, isn't it? This is the week they win. This is the week they can pull it together. This is the week where Salah can probably just score 3 or 4 goals. They'll probably still give up 2 or 3. But Liverpool should win this. No problem. Watch it be a draw. If it is, I will belly laugh till I wake up. Whoever is lying in the street beside me. Man City Palace. Guys, come on. Crystal Palace, not a bad showing so far this year. It's just City. They're good. God damn it, they're good. Arsenal Fulham. Ooh. This is being the match of the week. Well, we're going to watch it anyway. Arsenal Fulham. Now, if there's two teams whose buses crash together ahead of the match, would I enjoy more than seeing those two do it? Probably not. More than happy to watch people, their limbs busted, their feet possibly severed. But, yeah, Arsenal's going to win at home. Just Fulham. Fulham playing above their station, I'll say. But yeah, Arsenal's going to take this. Let's see who Adelia picked. Oh, she picked Arsenal. I swear. Turns out, guys, I don't want to. I don't think I'm blowing her cover at all by saying I think Adelia may be an Arsenal fan. Sends shivers down your spine. All right, what do we have next? Villa and West Ham. Ooh, battle of the bottom dwellers. And Adelia picked a draw. No, I'm going to pick Villa to win at home. I don't think West Ham has much. Villa can score. They might give up goals, but I don't see who they're going to give them up against the Hammers. Hammers, whatever. Bunch of jerks. Wolverhampton against Newcastle. Delia picked Newcastle. This is one that I'm going to pick a draw. I think Wolves have played fine. And Newcastle again looked really good against City, but this game is going to be played in Wolverhampton, and then you always got to give a push or whatever to a home team. So, yeah, I could see the Wolves defensively just pushing this to a draw. At least I hope so for my record next week, which ends with Nottingham Forest heroically against the Turd Spuds, the Hotspurs, the hot turds. Adelia's picking the Turds to win, no problem. God damn, wouldn't it be fun if Nottingham Forest were to beat Tottenham? They're at home. Would they get any kind of breaks from a ref? Probably not. Would it be fun? Fun as hell? It would be. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. I think that's should be a relatively easy win for the Turds. Turds to win. Great. Now, guys, in the episode, it keeps going about the same amount of time. It just means I have to talk twice as much. So lucky you. Lucky all of you. Thanks for tuning in. If you're on the Patreon, you're seeing the video podcast of this right now, congratulations. Look at that smile. Hey, look at those eyes. Pretty remarkable. You can follow us here at LGR. Like and subscribe to stuff. I never say it. Doesn't mean I mean it. I do mean it. Like, subscribe, help these poor bastards out. They're good, decent people. Well, most of them. The ones that currently aren't in prison. You can find me at Snark Yeti if you want on the Twitter. Turns out I don't do much on it except for like things from my friends. That's about it. Until next week, everybody. Until next week. A bientôt et au revoir.